So game 2. This is question 6 to 11. We have 4 students being assigned to a history project, and they're going to search archives for years 1921, 22, 23, 24. So I would just use 1, 2, 3, 4, keep it simple. And again, we have an in and out component here, right? So there are 6 students total, but each of the 4 years only has 1 student assigned to it. So 2 students are going to be without a project. Okay, so our students are L, M, O, R, T, and Y. Only L or T can be assigned to 23. And then we have some conditional rules. So that's rule 1. Rule 2 states that if Molly is assigned, then Molly must be assigned to 21 or 22. Okay. If 1 and 2 are both taken, then Molly has to be out. That's for contrapositive. So really the only position that M cannot occupy that's still available here is position 4. Okay, so if we wanted to come up with a perfect substitution for this rule, we could actually just state that M cannot be in position 4. So that would be a great answer for a substitution question. Rule 3. If T is assigned to the project, then R must be. If R is not assigned, then T is not assigned. Is our contrapositive. Rule 4. If R is assigned, then O has to be in the year immediately prior to R. Right? If that's not possible for some reason, okay, then R has to be out. So if O is out, R is out. And if the position that would be, immediately before R is occupied, then R can't be in that position. So for example, R can't be 4th, R can't be 1st. The only position that R can occupy is 2nd. So if position 2 is occupied, then R has to be out. Okay, so R is 2nd or out. Right. Okay, first question. This one, we're just going to do elimination based on the rules. So rule 1 says L or T has to be 3rd, so A is out based on rule 1. Rule 2, if M is in, it has to be 1st or 2nd, so E is eliminated based on rule 2. Rule 3, if T is in, R must be in. Okay. So B is out based on rule 3. And if R is in, then O has to be right before it. So D is out. C must be the correct answer. For C, we have O, R, L, T, and the players that are out are M and Y. So that's one acceptable solution. Question 7. M must be assigned to 1922 if which one of the following is true. Okay, so M can be either 1 or 2 if it's in, so we're probably looking for something that's going to occupy spot 1, just because those are the only 2 in options for M. So I would actually test B and E first. However, we already have an example where O is 1st, right? Onyx is assigned to 1921. So if that's true, it's actually not going to necessarily force M to be assigned to 1922, right? Because we have an example where O is 1st and R is in 1922. Okay, so I'm going to test E first, because Y is occupying a spot that otherwise could potentially be occupied by M, so I can see this maybe forcing M to be in 22. All right, so let's test this out. So if Y is assigned to 21, L or T assigned to 3, okay. So there actually isn't going to be any spot that can be occupied by R, right? So there's no spot where R could sit and O could be immediately before it. So that means that R is out. If R is out, T is also out. So now my out positions are full. That means M has to be in. If M is in, it's either first or second. The second spot's the only one available. So Y being first forces M to be in position 2, right? So if Y is first, M must be assigned to 1922. So E is the correct answer. If both R and Y are assigned to the project, okay, so R and Y are in. If R is in, then it's going to have to be in position 2 and O in position 1. So we know that right away. Then we know L or T has to be third, and Y would have to occupy spot 4. That means that M has to be out and either T or L is out. So which one of the following could be true? L is assigned to 1923. Yep, that's possible. Okay, great. So A is the correct answer for question 8. Question 9, how many of the students are there who could be the one assigned to 1921? So we know that O could be, right? We know that Y could be. We know that R cannot be. Okay, so we can eliminate R. If T is in, then that forces R to be in. Then R is in position 2 and O is in position 1. So T is never going to occupy position 1. So T is out. Then M, in theory, could be in position 1, right? Could be first or second. So we should probably try that out. Okay, M first, L or T is third. We're not going to be able to fit R in, so R is out, which means T is also out. So that means L is actually going to be third, and our remaining players are O and Y. So no problem there. So M has to be included. Okay, so we have either 3 or 4 that could be assigned 21, and then the remaining player to test is L. So let's see if L could be first. That would put T third. So that looks like it's going to be a problem because if T is third, R is in, and if R is in, O has to be right before it. So we're not going to have any room for OR here. So we can't put T in. So that means L cannot be first. And so the number of students is 3, O, Y, and M. So D is the correct answer. All right. Question 10 is next. If Y is not assigned to the project, which one of the following could be true? So we have one example where Y is not assigned, which is right here. So could it be true that L also isn't assigned? So let's see. So if we have L and Y out, that means T is in, and we have O, R, then M would have to be in spot 4. That's not allowed. So A can't be true. B, could it be true that R also isn't assigned? Now if Y is out, then we only have one other spot that could also be out. So if R isn't assigned, T also isn't assigned, so we just don't have room for that. B can't be true. C, T is also not assigned to the project. T not assigned to the project. We'd have to have O and R. And then M would be stuck in position 4. That's not allowed. D, O is assigned to 22. Well, that can never, or no, maybe that can happen. So let's see. O in 22. Now R would of course have to be out, but then T is also out. Okay, so that's why D doesn't work. So E must be the correct answer. So L in 1924. Actually, if we just switch T and L here, then we've got an acceptable solution. So E works. Good. Okay, last question. Okay, and this asks which one of the following students cannot be assigned to 1922? So R can be, R can be, M can be, O and Y can be. So it looks like, M, O, Y, and R. So it looks like L cannot be assigned to 22. So if L is there, then T would have to be third, and that's going to set off a chain reaction. So we're not going to have room for O and R. So yeah, L cannot be assigned to 1922. So A is the correct answer there. All right, so that's it for game 2. So this one took me about 11.5 minutes to explain. I would expect this one would take a bit longer than the first game, but we're still looking to be probably under 9 minutes for this one. Okay, so I'll move on to game 3.